Hello dear students, I am Dr. Shikha Pandey, Associate Professor from Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today I will discuss about the handling, separation and storage of solid waste. So this topic we have started from the initial point of solid waste. So today we'll discuss about the basics of its how it should be handled at their source, or then how it should be separated or segregated from its original source to the final disposal source, and its storage, how their storage should be there, and what type of methods is adopted in our country for the safe storage of this municipal solid waste and their handling and their proper management. So first of all, we'll start with this flow chart. In this flow chart, integrated solid waste management, this solid waste management has involved these steps. So these steps, as we already discussed about the waste generation and types of waste and the problem of solid waste, why this solid waste is too much creating problems. So with this waste generation, then after the generation of waste, collection point is there. So first of all, the primary collection is there, collection at their own level, at your own home level, in your dustbins, where you are storing the solid waste. So this is called as primary collection method. And after this primary collection method, today we will discuss about the handling and storage of waste. Means storage and handling of waste at the owner's place, means where that waste is generating. So this is called as primary collection. After primary collection means the after generation of waste, if we'll consider, we'll take example of a small house. The waste generation is there, and then primary collection means collection at their home level, means like municipality level, how this municipality people will come, and what are the general methods that is adopted in our country for the collection of waste, and then its handling and storage, how this handling should be there, and what type of precautions we are taking, which type of vehicles is used, what methods is used during this their storage or handling process. So we'll discuss about the door-to-door collection method, all lorry method collection, every method collection that is involved with the collection of this primary location of this municipal solid waste at their primary location. Because in India, the government has initiated the collection of solid waste at its own level, at your doorstep level. So, and after this, after handling and storage, we'll discuss in coming lecture like about this secondary collection. From the secondary collection, waste is going for its processing and transformation unit, and sometimes by transfer and transport, it will directly go to the disposal unit. So these are the basic cycle of this solid waste management. Sometimes this secondary collection method, it will be directly go to the disposal site. So these are the basic main flow chart that is involved with the MSW management, integrated solid waste municipal solid waste management. It starts with the generation, and after that the primary collection of waste at the owner's house, and then it's handling and storage, either by the if it is an apartment, some people are there, if it is a single own house, then the municipal people will come, or whatever methods you are adapting in our country, what methods we are following for this waste handling methods. So let's start this lecture with this basic this is the with the waste handling and storage methods. So first of all, handling and separation of solid waste means, what is this handling and separation? Why we are too much stick on this point? Because their handling and storage is too much important. If you will not do it in a proper manner, then this will be a created nuisance to the society and the environment also. So this handling separation means the solid waste at the source before they are collected is a critical step in the management of residential solids waste. So this handling and separation of solid waste at the source before it has been taken by the municipal people, and it is a critical step, it is a main step in the management of residential solid waste. And this word handling, let's discuss about the word that is handling. Handling means the separation of waste into their different types, so that they can be deal with the most appropriate way. For example, separating putrescible waste for composting. That's why this handling is important, and because of this handling, As we have already discussed, like in the previous lecture, I have discussed about the characteristics of waste, means like which type of waste should be there, because on the basis of separation or handling, then only we can understand that which method is adopted for that particular waste. So for here you can see, for example, putrescible waste means biodegradable waste. For biodegradable waste is used for the composting process. Either if it is a biomedical waste, then we'll go for autoclave or incineration. If it is a industrial waste, then we'll go for some other method. Like that, their handling and separation is very much important. And if this handling and separation or segregation should be done at a very in a very good manner, then this solid waste management problem has not been occurred. Because of this only, people will segregate plastic waste, medical waste, or this organic waste, biodegradable waste, degradable waste, construction waste. So if they will segregate or they will separate the waste at their generation point, then they will directly send it to its final location. Means what treatment it will need, what disposal is important for this type of waste. So this, the on-site storage means the temporary collection of waste at the household level. This on-site word is involved. So this means on-site storage word means collection of solid waste. It's a temporary collection of waste at a household level only. So in this lecture we are going to cover three parts. First is the handling of the waste, and then separation of the waste, and then on-site storage of the waste. Means how this handling is there in our country, how this handling should be there for the solid waste, and then it's separation or segregation at their on-site or off-site, and then on-site storage also. Which type of methods is adopted for this for the segregation or for the collection of solid waste. Now, next point is about this Swatch Bharat Abhiyan. That is Clean India Mission. Clean India Mission is launched by this Modi government, and they have launched it in the year 2014. They have an aim to ensure the clean India by 2nd October 2019 as a fitting tribute to Mahatma Gandhi on his 105th birth anniversary. So this Swachh Bharat Abhiyan Clean India Mission has been introduced in our country by our Prime Minister, because to take the mission to clean India, because before 2014 it was by this solid waste management is not there in any place. Door to door collection and segregation of waste at their location, at their generation point, is not there. That's why on the birth tribute, 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, this Swachh Bharat Andolan, Swachh Bharat mission has been introduced in a take a motive to Clean India mission. And this Abhiyan is successful because of the unhygienic. It will deals with the unhygienic condition in India. And this mission has to lay emphasis on providing dignified livelihood to all sanitation workers, informal waste pickers, which is directly in line with the Mahatma's vision of ensuring equality and inclusion for all sections of the society. As a Mahatma Gandhi is having a vision for the equality in the society, for either equality in the society for all classes of people, and sanitation is also very much important. That's why, in view of his this Clean India mission has been introduced in India to make the safety of this proper sanitation for the worker, those who are handling the waste, and should be for the person who are the rag pickers in the they are picking the waste in the landfill area. That's why this has been introduced, and this success Swachh Bharat Abhiyan has a very successful in India, because before 2014 the sanitation and hygienic condition was too bad, and no municipal people will collecting that much amount of that separation of waste is there or like that. Now comes to the next point, the main objectives that has been focused in this Clean India mission. So first of all, it is like elimination of open defecation, then eradication of manual scavenging, modern and scientific municipal solid waste management to fix behavioral change regarding healthy sanitation practices, generate awareness about sanitation and its linkage with the public health, capacity augmentation for urban local bodies like ULB, to create an enabling environment for private sector participation in capex like capital expenditure, and opex like operation and maintenance. So these are the main objectives of this Swachh Bharat mission. So what implementation they have made in the integrated solid waste management part. Now comes to the next point. See, this picture is about India. So before the, you can see the condition that is before and after this Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So this is a picture of a beach, of sea beach in Mumbai. Before Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, you can see that all waste and all plastic waste, all type of waste is throwing in here and there area. And after this Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, this has been clean. And this is a picture of a collection vehicle that is collecting segregated house waste. Like in blue color of bins, they are collecting wet waste, and green color they are collecting the dry waste also. So after this Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, these type of things has been implemented. First is the door-to-door collection method in a separate manner, and waste segregation in commercial areas also. In commercial area, either in a market or on a station or on a airport or everywhere, the waste, two type of bins are there: blue bins and green bins, sukha kachra and gila kachra. And then segregated waste collection means waste is collected in a segregated way, in a separated way. So this has been changed after 2014. So this type of vehicles you can see in your municipality also. They are collecting segregated waste. They are collecting already segregated waste. So this blue-green vehicle is there, and the condition has been changed. If we will talk about the Clean India before 2014 and after 2014. Now comes to the next point. You can see that picture, like from any household community, two type of bins are there. First is blue bins and green bins. Blue bins is for dry waste and green bins is for wet waste. So the people is collecting the already segregated waste. Like they will collect, if it is in a dry waste, they will put it in the blue bins, and green, if it is a wet waste, they will put in the green bins. So dry waste is green bins, and wet waste is in blue bin. So this scenario has been adopted in our society, in our municipality, to collect the waste as a segregated waste. Because if it will collect the segregated waste, then there will be no much problem of the person who is handling the waste, and the no much problem is there after for the collection method, for the final disposal method also. And after collecting this waste, they will directly send it to its final delivery station. Like what treatment is important for this type of waste. So this segregated waste collection is a very good initiative in terms of Clean India mission. Now comes to the next point, that is the segregation of household waste. How this segregation of household waste is done. So first is the point is the wet waste. Wet waste, as I have already discussed, wet waste is the green bins. You can see this bins in any park, railway station or airport. Like this type of bins has been installed in every area. So you can get idea, like this green bin is for the wet waste only. This green bins has been installed for wet waste only. So in this way, if you will go outside, if you are going there, you can put your wet waste in a green bin only. So those kind of, what type of waste we are that is generating from any household activity as for the name of wet waste. So this wet waste are like some food waste, like all kind of food waste, like cooked or uncooked vegetable peels, fruit peels, egg shells, meat bones, some flour, fruit waste like juice waste, some vegetable peels, garden waste, some soil tissue, some food wrapper, paper towels, fish and meats. So when we know when we collect this segregated waste in a green bins, then we can directly send this waste to its final delivery station. Final delivery station means what it needs. So as this is a biodegradable waste, this is a organic waste. So for this composting, we can directly send this waste to the composting site. That's why this pollution, this nuisance that is created because of mixed waste, if solid, if all waste is mixed, then this type of things we cannot achieve. So as a citizen of India, as a good human being, we should think this type of things, like we should throw wet waste only in the green bins. So and these municipal people will also take wet waste in the green bins, and if it is in green bins, they can directly uh, unload that green bins to its a final delivery location, and they will send that waste to the composting site. Now comes to the dry waste. Dry waste is the blue bins. Dry waste is always collected in the blue bins. So what are the examples of this dry waste? So paper, cardboards and cartons, containers and packaging of all kinds of material, those containing hazardous material like packaging like Tetra Pak, blister, plastic, rag, rubber, oats, discarded clothing, furniture, metal, glass, inert house sweeping, and inert not garden, yard or street sweeping. So these type of all waste is coming under the category of blue bins, and blue bins has been installed in our society, or it has been installed in the apartments where we are living. So we can directly throw this dry waste to the blue bins, and that municipal people will come, and they will come with the whole container type of system. They will directly unload it into their vehicle, and they will go to final delivery location. So this is a very good method for the collection of segregated waste. Means waste management, waste collection in a segregated manner, because if it will be mixed, then this approach of getting integrated solid waste management is not possible. Now comes to the next point, that is called as dry waste. Dry waste is also there. So this is in dry waste condition, yellow bins is there. Yellow bins is for hazardous waste. Yellow bins is there. Yellow bins means hazardous waste that is containing the hazardous characteristics. So I have already discussed about this hazardous waste, like those waste that is containing the characteristics of a very high ignitability, toxicity, or infectious, or they have very high characteristics of leaching also. So this type of waste is categorized under the hazardous waste. So this can be collected in the yellow bins. Yellow bins is used to collect this type of waste, and we'll see the example of this hazardous waste. Like first one is the e-waste, and then some hazardous waste that is coming from our house, like some paint, oil, chemicals, and some solvents is there, pesticides is there, and there are empty containers also, household medical waste like batteries, light bulbs, tube lights, CFL for car batteries, oil filters, and car care products and consumable. So these are the examples of the hazardous waste that is originating from our household activity, that are originating from our home. So now what these people are doing, they are already segregating dry waste, waste waste, wet waste, or hazardous waste. So if they will segregate at their first collection site, then their unload to their final delivery location is not tough. Now comes to the next point. This is this collection and separation. So there are three type of residential dwelling that is mainly adopted in our country. So this residential area has been divided into three area. First is a low rise buildings, medium rise, and high rise. So low rise means houses up to 4 stories. Houses up to 4 stories. So their waste collection and handling method is different. Then medium rise, like apartments up to 4 to 7 stories. 4 to 7 stories apartment. So their waste collection and handling should be different. And then high rise building means like more than 7 stories, like high rise. This is called as high rise, more than 7 stories. More than 7 stories. So their collection is different because of this low rise dwellings. Low rise means buildings up to 4 stories. The residents or tenants or people living there, they are low rise dwelling, and they are responsible for placing the solid waste and recyclable material. So they are the person who are living in their home, and up to 4 story, that person is responsible for taking their waste outside their home in a segregated manner, and that are generated, accumulated in and around their dwellings in a storage containers. So what that people will do, they will segregate, and they will store the waste at their house only in a segregated manner in a storage container, and the homeowners or tenants are responsible for transporting the container filled with waste to the street curb for collection, and then they will send it to the street curb for collection. When the municipal people will come, they will go to that vehicle, and they will collect the waste into that vehicle in a separated manner. So the homeowners or tenants are responsible for transporting the container filled with waste to the either street curb or for collection. Either they will go, and some street curbs has been placed in every streets in a big hall containers is there. So they will go and they will put their waste into that container and they can come. So it is their own responsibility of the peoples who are living up to a four-story building, because they will store their waste at their storage location at their own level, and they will go and dispose it into the curb that is installed into their society. Now comes to the next point. This is about low and medium rise building. For low or medium rise building means building which is having up to more than 4 to 7 floors are there. If any building that is 4 to 7 floors are there. So typically solid waste storage location include like basement storage or outdoor storage or sometimes compacted storage. So in this buildings, people will do, they will store the solid waste either in the basement or on the outdoor storage or compacted storage. So in the basement storage, the building owner provide a basement storage room or area for the storage of solid waste. So the owner of the building will provide a storage area for the storage of the waste, and the resident carry their waste and recyclable material to the storage area and then deposit them to the appropriate container. So residents, peoples who are living in that society, though are living in that particular apartment, they will come and they will put their waste into the storage location. And the maintenance staff is responsible for transporting the containers to the street for the curbside collection. So this maintenance staff is there in that apartment. That staff is responsible for their transportation. As we know, in a small story building like up to four floor, the person is responsible for its transportation. Means those who are residing in the house is responsible for its transportation. And if it is more than if the building size is 4 to 7 story, then that person, what they will do, they will that maintenance staff is there in that apartment, and they will collect, and every tenant or every resident will go to their storage location, either it is in the basement, and they will put their waste, and the maintenance staff will take their waste and they are going to make put it in the street for curbside collection, because this should be adopted for the safety purpose also. Because if everyone will come with their waste, then too much nuisance and too much mismanagement has been created. Because in a building, if a 7-story building is there, then mostly I think more than 40 flats are there, and if every people will come, then this will be too much nuisance will be created. That's why the separation, so they will do at their own level, and then they will store in a big container for whole building waste, and the per maintenance staff will put that waste into the vehicle that is coming for the waste collection. In this way, the person exposed to the waste is also reduced. This will be leads towards the safe handling and safe storage of the waste. Now comes to the outdoor storage. In a medium or low or medium rise building, outdoor storage is also there. So what happened with this outdoor storage? In a many low and medium rise apartments, large waste storage containers are located in a special enclosure. Some large waste storage is located in that particular building, and the large containers are emptied mechanically using collection vehicle equipped with unloading mechanism. You can see the picture in this vehicle. They have been equipped with the mechanical equipped, like they will take the load bins into it and they will throw it out, and handling method is similar to that of basement storage. So like they will store outside, any special enclosure is there, and with this from that place one special vehicle is there. That vehicle is equipped with the unloading mechanism. you can see in the picture, and they will do unloading of the waste, and handling method is similar to that of basement treatment method. Now comes to the next type of dwelling, that is high rise dwelling. High rise dwelling means building more than 7 floors. So in this type of buildings, what how this waste storage should be done, how this waste management is done. So in the high rise dwellings, the most common methods of handling waste involve this type of following. First is what? Waste are picked up by building maintenance personnel or porter from various floor and taken to the basement or service area. This is the most common method, that is mostly adapted in, I think, in every apartment. And next point is what they should do. Waste are taken to the basement or service area by tenants only. Means the person who are living there, they will take their waste to the basements, or the place where they have made the storage. And the waste usually bagged are placed by the tenant in specially designed vertical chutes. Vertical chutes are there with opening located on each floor. So usually bagged, they will keep in a bag, and they will put into a chutes that has been installed on every floor. I will show you the picture. Like this garbage chutes is there. This is installed in every floor, and this is basically installed for the very high apartments, that is more than 20 floors are there, because this will be easy for the builders also to bring out the construction waste from upper side to lower side. So pipe has been installed outside the apartment, and their opening is there on every floor, that is called as garbage chutes. And these garbage chutes are common in the apartment as they are efficient method for the garbage collection. And the most of the chutes have an entry for every floor of an apartment and are enclosed with a door for the security reason also. So this is the very good waste collection methods for a big buildings, for a high story building. They will collect waste at the very high level. At each floor, the one opening is there, they will open it and they'll put their garbage in that chutes, and this will be automatically go down with the storage only. This has been connected with the storage only. So this was all about garbage collection method in different society. Either if you are living in your own house, or if you are living on a 3 to 4 story building, or if you are living in the very high floor building. So this type of waste management storage has been adopted in our country. In this way, waste management will be very easy, because this they are collecting already segregated waste. So after collecting the waste, they will send it to its final delivery location. Now comes to the storage of solid waste at the source. So first of all, because storage of solid waste at their source only, storage should be they are doing at the source only. So what precautions we should take to store the solid waste at their own storage at the source only. So the effects of storage on the waste component. First of all, the effect of storage means the storage effects on the waste component. The types of containers to be used. This should be kept in mind. They are the very important precautions which we should take during the storage of solid waste, and the container location also. Next point is the public health and aesthetics is also a very important point regarding the storage of the waste. So first of all, effects of storage on the waste components means if it will be outside the place, then during rainy season waters will enter, and waste spill will be there outside the area. Next, the containers which is used should be installed in a careful manner. The container location is also very much important, because it should be some distance is there. Some distance should be followed between each container to next container. It should be not very far, or it should be not very near also. And the public health and aesthetics is also important, because this if you will throw it outside, and if it will be not covered, if some flies are coming, some very uh, insects are coming, mosquitoes are coming. So these are the main factors that should be keep in mind while designing this storage, and while keeping the storage for the solid waste. So first of all, precaution, what precaution we should do during the storage of waste. So what will happen by biological or microbial decomposition or putrefaction is there. So if it is the biological waste, if it is the organic waste, so what will happen, it will create causes odor, it attracts fly from the leachettes also. Leachate will be generated, leachate will be coming into the that waste, and this will be going to create too much nuisance. And the absorption of fluid means what happen, spread of moisture over the entire mixture, like paper will absorb moisture from food, garden trimming. If there is no lid, waste can be absorb water from the rain also. So proper lid should be very important. Lid should be there, and it should be outside from society or covered also. And the contamination of waste component like motor oils, household cleaner, paint contaminants, and reduces the value of individual components for recycling. So it is going to reduce the value of individual component for recycling. That's why its storage is very important. Or because it will store either in a basement of a building, either outside of a outside area. So it will take some time, either 2 to 3 days for the waste collection people, then they will send it to the final delivery location. So it will take 3 to 4 days. So in these days, maybe the waste quality will be degraded, or some due to rainwater will enter, leachate will be coming out. So this type of things should be keep in mind while designing a waste management system for a city or for an area. Next is the type of containers. In India, two type of containers has been used for the collection of waste. So first one is the hall container system, second is the stationary container system. So hall containers are the containers used for the storage of waste, are hauled at processing, transfer and disposal site. Means they are hauled, they are going to that place, and they will dispose it and empty and return to their original location or some other location. That is called as hall container system. And stationary container system means containers used for the storage of waste remains at the point of waste generation except when moved for collection. Means collection used for the storage of waste remains at the point of waste generation, means they will remain, they will be stationary, they will be at their own source only, they cannot go from the one place to another place except when it will be moved for the collection only. But container system is used for the storage of waste, are hauled to the processing or transfer or disposal site. It will be emptied and returned back to its original location and some other location. So this type of route is following by this haul container system. An empty storage container known as drop off box is hauled to the storage site. So for this, you can see the picture. This is the transfer station or disposal site. First is the starting point. From disposal route is begin. So that they hauled loaded container. They are taking that loaded container and comes to that place that is called as transfer station, and from that place they will go to this location again, they will put empty container. From there they will go to the next point. Here also they will do the pickup loaded container, and they will come to the transfer station, and again the vehicle will go and put that unloaded container. From there, from next location again, that will put that taking that loaded container and deposited empty container. Like it will drive to the next location, and next location also it will take the loaded container, and then it will go back and put the empty container, and truck to dispatch end of the daily route. So that will be the end of the route. So this is an example how this haul container system is working. And it is an empty storage container or a drop of box is hauled to the storage site to replace the container that is full of waste, which is then hauled to the processing point, transfer station or disposal site. Container is hauled to disposal site empty and returned to the original location or some other location. Container will go and haul to the disposal site, and it will be empty and returned back to the original location. This type of route is followed everywhere. This is the conventional mode of haul container. How this is the first, this is a starting point. For a starting point, this is the end of the route. So that they will do. Next we'll study in detail about this haul container system, how much time it will take for the disposal of a waste, and how much amount of waste they can be disposal during this kind of by following this type of method. Now comes to the next about the container storage location. Means this container storage location, how to determine their storage location. So container storage location depends upon the first is the type of dwelling, as we already discussed. Commercial, either it is a commercial place or it is an industrial facility, and the available space and the access to collection services. In low rise dwelling, the containers are usually placed at the side or rear to the house alley, where alley collection are used for some of the common location especially designated for that purpose. Means either it is a rear of the houses or alley is there, sometimes alley collection method is there. So this type of steps should be followed while placing a container at a place, because placing container is a very important part, because the distance we should maintain, how much distance is important for placing two type of container. Now comes to the next point. So here general points what we should kept while placing a container storage. So first point should be in mind is the where waste generation is more. Second point is where traffic is low. If waste generation is more and traffic is low, and distance between each container should be more than 500 meter. You can see distance between two container, it should be between 500 meter. This is must followed, because 500-meter distance is important for placing two containers, and distance between the house and container should not be more than 250 meter. Then the person can go to that place and they will dispose their garbage to that container. So distance between two container should be not more than 500 meter, and distance between house and the container should be not more than 250 meter. So this is about the important points which should be considered during the container storage. Like first point is the where the waste generation is more, and the place should be less traffic area, and the distance between the two containers should be less than 500 meter, and the distance between house and the container should be less than 250 meter. So these are the general point which is very much important while placing containers for the waste collection system. Now next more point is that public health and aesthetics is also important while this waste storage and handling method. So public health means it will be concerned and related primarily to the infestation of the area used for the storage of solid waste with vermin and insects that often serve as a potential disease vector. Means the disease vectors, like it should be clean or it should be covered and lid should be there, so that no vermins, no insects, no flies should be originated from that area. And if a single household is there, like a family of 5 member, so a container of 12 to 50 liter for each dry and wet waste if the collection take place daily. If that type of container should be installed, means it should be this the capacity of the container should be 12 to 15 liter if one family is there, like a family of a 5 member. And if condition is that when the waste collection takes place daily, and if it is a apartments or complex or large building, so 60-liter capacity, like 25 kg HDPE bins for 12 household. If a apartment is having a 12 household, 12 houses there, then the capacity of the container should be 60-liter or 25 kg. If the waste handling or waste collection should take place daily only, and if it is a household or more than 25 houses there, apartments 24 houses there, then the minimum 120 liter of HDPE bins should be installed, and it should be mainly 50 kg. Then the proper collection and handling will be possible. Like that, it is for if it is a 48 household people is there, like for 48 household people is there, like a big story building, like more than seven floor building is there, then 240 liter of HDPE bins has been installed in that society. So this is the estimation of collection of waste in a big building, or in a small houses, or a general middle rise building. So this was all about the collection and handling of waste in our society. And if you have any queries or any doubts regarding this lecture, you will comment, you will do comment, or you can mail me at my mail id shikha.pandey@gmail.com, and or you can send a mail to my mail id and this was all about handling storage and collection of waste at the municipal level. Thank you for today's lecture.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.